Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Into the Shadows, we're going to look at what you're avoiding. So I do set out the intention that these videos, this reading, reaches those who need it when they need it. So if you did find this reading today, it was meant for you. So let's start. So what are you avoiding? Let's see. What are you avoiding? Please. Oh, I'm having trouble holding cards. So, oh, look at that. Ooh. So this is about anxiety, guilt, despair. So are you avoiding working through your problems? Are you avoiding thinking about things that brought you into despair? Are you avoiding things that make you feel guilty or things that you are guilty of? Like you're avoiding looking at your own guilt in a situation. So say you and your partner broke up and you're just, nope, it's all them, all them, all them. But really, you're avoiding your own guilt. You're avoiding looking at yourself and seeing, what did I do wrong? Right? And it can also be about anxiety. So it could be that you are avoiding things that cause you anxiety. And so you're not doing things because you get nervous, you're worried, oh, I've never done that before, what will people think of me? And that because of that anxiety, now you're avoiding things. So let's get another card, please, as a clarifier. We've got a couple cards here, so we're not going to take those. Let's get some cards, please. Clarifier. There we go. Oh, that one went to flying. Ah, we got the Hierophant. So this is about tradition, spirituality, guidance. So it can also be about society, right? Conforming. So you're avoiding your anxiety or avoiding looking at your guilt or your despair. And we're clarifying that through sort of, this is like institutions, traditions, Hierophants can represent a boss, Hierophants can represent your pastor, preacher, they could represent one of your parents, like anyone who sort of has authority on what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing. Or authority, it doesn't necessarily mean about what you should or shouldn't be doing, but also like has some kind of control, has some kind of sphere of influence. And so I would say that what you're trying to avoid has something to do with the authority in your life. So maybe you want to make a decision that goes against authority. Say you are somebody who is gay and this is causing you great anxiety and you're not coming out of the closet because you're worried about what the authorities or powers would say, and this is causing you grief, guilt, despair. You're worried about it, right? Let's get another card here. Try to clarify this further. So it seems to me that you are avoiding something that has to do with authority or someone in a position of being able to tell you what to do and what not to do. And then we've got the reversed Three of Pentacles. So when it's upright, the Three of Pentacles is all about working together, skills, right? It's the expert with the apprentices, right? The apprentices sort of have new, unique ideas, and the expert already knows how to do this. He's done it 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and they're collaborating and they're sharing skills. So this way is not about collaborating. This is conflict, poor workmanship, like not doing something to the standards that it should be doing. This is you not getting recognition. This is not working well with others. So I would say what you're avoiding is the anxiety or the guilt or the despair that would be caused if you went against authority figures and sort of did your own thing, right? It would cause disharmony within your family, within your community group, within your religious group, right? That, oh, you're not following what has been laid out for you, so we're not working with you anymore. We're working against you. And this fear is causing you to avoid things and causing you anxiety and causing you grief within this situation. I just want to look at, okay, I think we will pull, I'm going to pull a couple more cards from this deck here. Let's see if we can get any more clarification on what this situation is. So like I said, I mean, it could be that you're caused despair and anxiety because you don't want to come out of the closet. It could be that you want to leave your marriage, but the authorities say for sickness and health, better or worse, you should stay. But things, you know, there's no teamwork, there's no working together, and if you leave, then this is going to cause people to go against you, people like to oust you from the community, and this, you're sitting in this despair and this grief and this anxiety over it because you're just like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't want to go against the grain. I don't want to lose friends. I don't want to lose partners. But I'm in this moment of despair. So let's actually ask, what should you do? What should your next move be? What's the next step? Let's go with that. Not should. What next step is in your highest and greatest good? There's no should, right? There's no ever should. Everybody has free will. Everybody can make whatever choices they want. There's things that are for your highest and greatest good, things that are not for your highest and greatest good, but there's nothing you should or shouldn't do. So what should be, what next step would be your highest and greatest good? There I go. What next step would be for your highest and greatest good? Let's see. Whoa! Oh, what are the chances? Okay, so you're in this despair, grief, anxiety, and your next step is to get out of it, right? That's it. You need to get out of this. So this, when it's reversed, is about relief and hope and recovering, right? And that doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to be easy. You know, like if you are gay and you need to come out of the closet, like that, walking through that might cause you a lot of grief and cause you a lot of anxiety and cause you a lot of problems. But in the end, you'll come out of it better. You'll find your relief, right? At least everybody knows. You'll find your hope. Well, now everybody knows I can go and find a same-sex partner and actually be happy, even if everybody doesn't agree and people are going against me and it goes against the authority. I can still work or still live within my household, let's say, with hope and happiness. And so your next step is to get out of this anxiety, and however that is, maybe you need to talk to a pastor, maybe you need to talk to a therapist, maybe you just need to live your truth, state your truth, stop feeling so anxious and worried about things, and just start living the way you want. And that will start bringing you relief and hope. Let's get another card for this one, please. Can we get another card for our reverse Nine of Swords now? Oh, there's one that kind of wants to poke out, but this one, yeah. Okay, reverse Nine of Wands. Wow. 999. So if you know anything about numbers, nines represent the end of a cycle, right? So ones are the beginning of a cycle, nines are the end of a cycle. And the fact that we got 999, so this might be ending a cycle, that you really need to end this cycle, and this is the end. So you're in this anxiety and guilt and despair because you haven't ended this yet. And not saying that it necessarily is going to be easy to end it, right? Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's a marriage where you're like, not going to work out, and your community, the authorities in your life are going to be like, you should never leave your marriage. And you're like, well, I just can't work with this person anymore. I got to do it. And then you need to end the cycle. You need to start anew, right? And so the reverse Nine of Wands is actually about being defensive or fatigued. Like you're just sort of burnt out. You can be paranoid. So it's almost like you're in this anxiety and despair. You need to get out of this anxiety and despair and maybe be a little defensive, right? You're tired. You're tired. And maybe you just need to stand up and defend yourself. Now, the interesting thing is this way is sort of more about setting those boundaries, being persistent, being resilient. This is almost like defensive in terms of not taking in the information, right? As soon as someone goes against you, you're like, nope, 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 this is the way it is, this is the way it is. And so maybe you need to, part of your recovering from this is to look at how you are being defensive. You know, if someone offers you a piece of advice, don't just automatically poo-poo it, right? It might be that, yeah, that wasn't the best piece of advice, but actually this little tidbit is something I should pay attention to. But I would definitely say with this 999, this is all about ending a cycle. So that you are not currently ending the cycle. You're sitting in the nines, not ending this cycle, kind of being stuck here, and it's causing you all this anxiety and grief. You need to end the cycle and get out of it in order to get out of that despair, get out of that grief, get out of that anxiety. So for today, I am going to, let's see, I think I'm going to get you a Moonology, this Dancer card, Dancer Spirit card. So let's get you, or sorry, this isn't Moonology, this is Dancer Spirit cards. So let's see, I love dancing, which is why I got these cards, because I was drawn to them. Okay, let's see what message wants to come from this deck for you about this. Oh, and we got two. Summon the rains and make mistakes. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, so what this is saying is, like, you're avoiding things and it's causing you this grief and despair by avoiding it. But it is saying, move forward. Don't stop avoiding it. Make mistakes. Be willing to make a mistake because you don't know where you'll be. Like if you're in a marriage that you don't feel is a good marriage, but you're like, oh, I don't want to leave him because, you know, what if that's the wrong thing to do? We have these children together and it's not going to be a good thing to take them out of this, and we, you know, maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll get better. I don't want to make the wrong decision. And this card is saying, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Start moving forward. Don't worry about the mistakes, right? Mistakes are going to happen no matter what. You're never going to be perfect because, you know what, this might be a mistake. Oh, I don't want to make any mistakes, so I'm not going to make any moves. And not making any moves might be the mistake. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and summon the rain, which to me means like summon it in, right? Like call in what you want. Don't be afraid of the rains, right? You can look at the rains as being a storm and, you know, chaos, and nobody wants rain, right? We always want beautiful sunshiny days. But I think what this is saying is, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to summon in the rains, right? Because even though the rains could bring thunder and lightning and chaos, it also nourishes plants and humans and animals, right? It gives them water to be able to grow and to renew. And so don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to summon in the rain, summon in the storm, because those rains come down and they refresh and they renew and they give life and rebirth. Well, I hope this message helped you. It's a very interesting one, and I appreciate you being here. I am definitely sending you peace, love, and happiness. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.